Everybody, welcome to the regular meeting of the City of Charlestown Board of Public Works. It's May 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m. We'll begin as is our custom. If everyone will please rise and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have our roll call. Arnie Thompson.
Here.
Glenn Mosier.
Here.
Mayor Hodges is present, as well as Lacey Gammons from the Clerk Treasurer's Office, and we have our City Attorney Terry McCall with us as well. We have an agenda that's been provided. I would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Arnie Thompson,
And I'll second that motion.
second by Glenn Mosier. Any questions or edits? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. We have our standing business, which includes the approval or correction of our prior meeting minutes from April 19th, our current claims and our payroll allowance docket from April 10th to April 23rd. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Glenn Mosier,
I'll second that.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions or edits? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Is there anyone signed up for public comment? I don't believe I see anyone. Okay, no old business, moving straight on to new business. First and foremost, I'll invite Chief Tim Wolf up to discuss the swearing in of Officer Bradley Hammers for a full-time position.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
So as you all know, we have an opening in our police department from the retirement of Corporal Darren Baker. So today, we would like to swear in Officer Bradley Hammers. He's been a reserve with us for a couple months now. He's doing a real good job. We'd like to bring him on full-time to pass all necessary requirements, all perf requirements, everything. So he's pretty much ready to go. He's been out patrolling and already he's a little bit familiar, so we're ready to bring him on. So I ask that the board pass and bring him on as a full-time officer.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Ernie Thompson,
I'll second that motion.
second from Glenn Mosier. Any questions for the chief? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. You're sworn in. Mr. Hammers, if you'll come up and join me. Think you know the drill. Just raise your right hand and repeat after me, sir. I, and state your name,
I, Bradley Hammers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and
of the
laws
state of Indiana
of the state of Indiana
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and justly
and justly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of an officer
of an officer
of the Charlestown Police Department
of the Charlestown Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you to our new officer, Eric Hammers, and to his family for his support.
Yeah. I'll talk to him later.
All right, I'll invite Larry Lynn up, our insurance broker extraordinaire from R.H. Clarkson,
Extraordinaire.
to discuss with us our health insurance renewal.
Thank you very much, Mayor. That's very kind of you. All right, so first of all, happy Derby Week.
Yeah, I know, right? And we're here.
An exciting time, not only in Louisville, Kentucky, but it's an exciting time here in Charlestown, Indiana. It's wonderful seeing all the development and all the things that are taking place. This is the place to be as far as I'm concerned in Clark County, and I'll even go into the southern Indiana region. So the first thing, I got some good news that I think to share with you, but before I do that, I wanted to make you aware of several changes that have taken place in the marketplace that we deal with in the last several months. Maybe you've heard or not heard the fact that Humana is getting out of the group health insurance business. They were, of course, for many years, they were a hospital company, and they became an insurance company in 1984. And they've been a very good market for us to be able to use since that time. But they decided that they're going to put all of their eggs in one basket. Basically, it's going to be mostly driven by Medicare products, Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage plans and the like. They feel like they can make more money and provide better return to their stockholders in doing that. So they're in the process of transitioning to actually get out of the local and, for the most part, the entire national market of group health insurance. We also have learned recently that Anthem, who is the current carrier here at the city, that they've decided that they're going to get out of group life insurance benefits. And they're still going to be in the health business big time, dental business, vision, and the like, but they're going to be getting out of that. So thing I wanted to make you aware of is that, we're getting a renewal for them on all the lines of insurance that we will be discussing here shortly. But we will not be able to renew them this time next year for a June 1st effective date, unless there's some change that we're not aware of. But that will be something that Heather and I, we've already talked about, and we're in the process of looking at only some other options for the group life and accidental death, and also the voluntary life, that we would like to take a look at some other markets, even up to the renewal rate of this year. Our main interest is to be able to lock with a new carrier. I think we can lock in the rates that they will provide, and they should be competitive, hopefully maybe even a little less maybe than what Anthem is charging, and try to get them to the new carrier, if it results, maybe to offer a 2 or 3 year rate hold, trying to look down the pipe just a little bit. One other thing that I do want to mention, we're getting ready to renew the employee benefit program with Anthem. They handle all the lines of a group basis, and we're getting ready to start our 4th year with them. We had the city with Humana for many, many years, and about in 2020, they surprised the heck out of all of us when they came in with a 55.5% rate increase, which was absolutely ridiculous. And I normally had the opportunity to be able to talk the companies down on their renewals. We'll be talking about that with Anthem here shortly. But I knew something was going on with them and their stockholders and their company when they wouldn't come off 1/10 of 1% on what they were quoting for the city of Charlestown at the time. So we were able to negotiate with Anthem. They came in at an increase that was below what had the budgeted amount for that particular year. It was about 5 to 6% less than what was budgeted, and I think that Anthem's done a really good job and provided a stable market since that time. So we're looking forward to maintaining our relationship with them. We don't recommend any plan changes per se, other than the term life and the voluntary life that I talked about. And that may or may not happen. We'll have to discuss that and see where that goes. But as far as the group health, the dental, and the vision, the benefits will be the same as they have been. The employees seem to be very happy with the benefit levels, and I know they're joyous about the contributions that they have to pay compared with what the city is providing for them as well. So in the first blush, renewal, the renewal quote that Anthem had given us was to increase the health insurance premiums by 10.96%. And looking at it retroactively, that's not an awful increase for what we're seeing out in the marketplace, but it was much more than what we wanted to pay and what we wanted to pursue. So with the help of Heather and the oversight of Donna, we went back to the well and we told Anthem that they had to sharpen their pencil. So I'm pleased to say that we have been successful in getting their proposed increase from 10.96% down to 4%.
Good.
Which we're very happy with.
Very good.
They will renew the dental with a 4% increase as well. There will be a rate hold on the term life insurance rates if we stay with them for the year, and also on the vision as well. So we're gonna do everything we can possibly, to try to give not only the employees, but obviously the city, since they are paying the lion's share of the cost, with the best values that we can provide for the money being expended. So I'm here to ask basically your approval to be able to renew the plans, the group plans with Anthem effective 6/1, without any contemplated changes in the benefit levels. I will say that several years ago, we discussed the possibility there'll be just a minimal cost increase to the employee. I think what the game plan is because there is an overall 4% increase, that maybe a slight 4% increase of their share would be probably advisable, but that also is up to you as well. But the city is paying a very high percentage of all the premiums that are being paid. And I didn't know if anybody has any other questions. The other thing I will mention is that we have some services performed by BMS LLC. They administer the HRA programs that we put in place. Their renewal date is January to coincide with deductibles that are typically on a calendar year basis. And we're not anticipating any increases in their rates that they're charging for their administrative expenses in the near future. And I also want to make you aware of the fact that, the city's in a good position, that they have a goodly amount of money in the health reimbursement account, for those employees who use the insurance in a bigger way, that, you've already got the money in the bank, so to speak. That's outlined to provide them a lower out-of-pocket cost for a catastrophic claim, and that is what insurance is all about. So I didn't know if anybody had any questions. If you decide to move forward, which I hope you will, then I have a form that I need the mayor to sign, if she will, and we'll get this transitioned for a 6/1 effective date, and we will be putting together new employee booklets and be distributing those to the employees and participants in the plan probably within the next 10 days to 2 weeks.
I had one question, but I think you've already answered it. So, with Humana pulling out of the private business and Anthem making this change to the life insurance, I was going to ask if it would be more economical for us to get a head start on that, on finding another company, but it sounds like we're actually getting a bit of an incentive to hold with them for this year, and you negotiated this much lower rate. It sounds like they're holding us at that term life rate, and so it would make more sense, I guess, to stay with them now.
Well, I'm having active discussions with Anthem. I don't think I know that, with you signing the proposed rate of 4% on the health, that's a given, regardless of what happens.
Okay.
And I'm really interested in seeing if I can get a multi-year guarantee out of a company at some point in time, and I know that Anthem cannot do that because they will not renew the group term life and AD&D, nor the voluntary life past this upcoming annual contract year.
But we do have it for the next year covered.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I entertain a motion to authorize me to execute the insurance renewal.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Glenn Moser,
I'll second that.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions for Larry? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. I'll
Thank
get
you
that
very
signed
much.
for you.
Appreciate it.
Next up on the agenda, we did a repeat of our picnic table art that we did last year with great success. We had, I think, 7 submissions who were sent copies of their recommended art. All of it meets our guidelines as far as being family appropriate and cheerful and creative. We had several young people submit again. Several of the artists that submitted were students at the middle school, high school, or through GCCS. So I would entertain a motion to approve the picnic table art program and authorize us to pay these artists a $100 stipend for each of their tables. And I believe that date is May 13th that they'll be doing this. So yeah, Alamo Square recording with the market.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion from Ernie Thompson,
And I will second that motion.
seconded by Glenn Mosier. Any questions on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. This is not a written document, but it's something that we wanted to bring up. It's standard practice on private rental policy for staff. It's standard practice that we allow our staff 2 free private rentals of our facilities every year, whether that be the Family Activity Center or the Arts and Enrichment Center. Those are for private parties. This also extends to city-appointed board members as well, and council members. And we have come up with we have a situation where the question was raised of whether a staff member can donate their rental to an event. And we decided that we needed the board to take action, and it's actually my recommendation that we not allow that in the future. There have been a couple that have been done that we will honor because they were already put on the schedule. We don't want to shake anybody's event up. But the reason for that is there's a big difference between a private rental where someone's having a birthday party for their family or a bridal shower or a graduation party, and they're kind of responsible for their own pickup, cleanup, and an event that's open to the public. And when we fall into that realm of donating our rentals to an event that's open to the public, suddenly we're having to staff these events and we're not getting the rental revenue that covers the expense of having to hire that staff to come in for that day for that event. So I would just ask that the board confirm that the private rental policy for staff is limited to private rentals for staff, is non-transferable to non-staff members, and is not open to the general public.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Ernie Thompson,
And I will second that motion.
second from Glenn Mosier. Any questions? Perry, does that summarize adequately enough? Okay.
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's
I'll make
unanimous.
a motion. We have a party soon.
We have parties all the time with the Parks Department, Ernie.
Okay.
Speaking of Parks Department, I think Marissa has a cleaning contract to present for the Arts and Enrichment Center.
Smile,
Good morning.
Good morning.
smile.
It's kind of just that annual time of the year that we do a renewal of our cleaning contract at the Arts and Enrichment Center. We are going to go into a new direction this year with a new company. The previous company, we've just kind of seen limited staff, not super great cleaning as far as making sure that everything gets done. And so we are in the process of doing a cleaning service with, is it Starlene Williams? I don't know if she has a company name. I think it's just kind of her own private business type thing. Terry has reviewed the contract. I am happy with it. It lists out the things. She actually came and met me a couple weeks ago and we kind of walked around the building of things of like, hey, here's what I need done. And I really like this contract because it kind of gives us the flexibility. If you see under number 2, the purchase price, it's a sum of $200 per cleaning per week. It's a little bit more expensive than what we're currently having, but I do think the quality will be a lot better. So we do have it within the budget that extra $40 isn't going to make or break us by any stretch. But I do like the fact that she's also willing that if we need her to come in and do extra cleaning. So one of the things that we're going to work through is after a wedding, giving them the option that they could possibly pay that extra $150
Okay, to have
and
us
she could
clean.
come in and clean. Which is super nice because especially those bigger events, either Carrie or I are having to come in and
Yeah.
do it, no big deal, but if we could have that option, she's willing to actually lower her price and we would only pay $300 for that entire week.
Okay.
So she's well aware that there may be some weeks where we call her up and say, hey, do you want this extra day? And she's willing to fit that into her schedule. Perry has reviewed the contract, like I said. She is got insurance. I'll make sure that you get a copy of that as well. It's pretty good. The only thing that's really a big change is under the miscellaneous. She does want at least a 30-day notice to eliminate that contract.
Sure.
it's pretty standard practice. The current contract is done by a week-by-week basis. But if she wants 30 days, I'm okay with giving her that notice if it comes down to it.
Okay.
So it'll be paid out of our utilities budget, so we're in good shape there, so.
So I'd entertain a motion to approve the cleaning service contract with Starlina Williams.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Ernie Thompson,
And I will second it.
second by Glenn Moser. Any questions for Marissa? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you.
Stay up for the Santa
Oh, you're doing
contract.
the Santa? Okay, all right, so the Santa contract, always a good time.
So we are using the same Santa as last year. Lincoln Crump did a fantastic job. He had a lot of high praises, both him and the Grinch's contract should be coming through hopefully at the next meeting. But it's basically broken down, the performances would be on November the 24th, the 30th, and then December 6th, 7th, the 14th, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. So that would cover light up Charlestown night, and then consistently the next 2 Thursdays. And then the week of Christmas, the Family Activity Park is planning to be open, and Santa will be there to kind of hopefully give the kids the last couple days to see him. That also does cover our reindeer event, so on the day that we have the live reindeer down in Greenway Park, Santa will be down there as well.
Great.
And that worked out super well. The total cost, it will be $500 per day, and it will total up to $3,500. We will probably pay that out of our revenue fund, just because the park will be open and we should have plenty of money shifting into that, so I'll make sure that we were able to pay that.
And did he agree to do the Shop of the Cop
Yes.
event at no charge?
At
in
no
addition
charge.
to
So that one's on the additional dates,
Great.
where it's just a random Wednesday.
Great, he did do a good job. We heard a lot of good praise about his role as Santa last year, so I entertain a motion to approve the Santa contract with Lincoln Chrome.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Glenn Moser, seconded by Ernie Thompson. All in favor say aye. Aye, any opposed? Unanimous. And are you doing the band concert or the
I
bands?
can.
All right, go for it.
Shifted over to the band concerts. We are going to be doing our Bowling Glow again on, I'm gonna totally get June the 24th. I can't keep my date straight anymore. Robbie Davidson does a fantastic job for us every year getting bands. He's pretty good about, if we give him, hey, here's our budget, he's pretty good about staying within that. So I'm sure. So the first one that I have is the Big Steel Train. They will play on Saturday, June 24th from 6:30 to 8:30 for a total cost of $1,000. So that would be paid out of our beautifications budget. We are in good shape there, so we should be good to go. I've not heard them, so hopefully, they seem like they're probably a good.
Yeah, I think these are 2 new bands for our area, but,
Yes.
you know, Rob, they're bringing a little bit of something new and spicing it up a little bit.
You wanna go ahead and do this?
Yeah, go, you do second, we can do them both.
And then the next one would be the Jason Lee McKinney Band. They will play that same day from 9 to 11 for a total cost of $1,200. Again, that'll be paid out of the beautifications budget, so.
Can I get a motion to approve the balloon contract, or balloon glow band contracts with Jason Lee McKinney Band and Big Steel Train?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second it.
seconded by Glenn Mosher. The fund here, when she's talking about the beautification committee fund, this is funded by sponsorship. So when we're out, you know, asking for sponsorships for companies, that's how we get the money for these. And so we're doing well with sponsorships this year so far, on track to continue to be able to fund these events at no cost to the revenue budget or to drawing any kind of money from the general fund. So it's 100% sponsorship. Any questions for Melissa? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you. And then, it wasn't, we didn't add to the agenda, but Perry, did you have an update for us on the lease for the Little League?
I did,
you-
yeah, we sent email yesterday to Charlestown Little League, Mr. Lee, and indicated we were going to try to extend it out to the end of the year, because it ends May 31.
Right.
There's some issues under the lease that haven't been complied with. I think we just need to get a handle on to make sure they understand that these are requirements.
Okay.
One being the subletting, the other being the audits that were required. So give them the opportunity to review that themselves. Get through this season, started January 1 next year. I've already sat down and drafted it, so I
Great.
think that's one thing just need to get it cleared up.
Yeah, Little League, of course, has a huge positive impact on the community. And we maintain a lease with them for that facility. It's a city-owned property, and we have an existing lease with them that was executed in 2020, right?
Yes.
And for 3 years, and it expires May 31st. And there were 2 provisions. One, they are not to sublet the facility without permission from the board. And in Perry's review of the contract, we found that there was no written agreement from the board for the subleasing that they do for tournaments. We just need to get that squared away for our insurance purposes as well. We have to make sure that everything's covered. Anybody that's using the facility is covered under our policies, or that we're indemnified against any harm there. And then also they were in the lease required to provide a third-party audit each year. And although they have submitted bank statements on time, as Perry was reviewing and noted, that's different than a third-party audit. And so he's asked them to bring that into compliance. But since the timeline is so short, they had requested a 90-day extension, and I talked it over with Perry and said, we need to give them adequate amount of time because, again, Little League is a valuable asset to the community. So Perry said there would be no issue if the board would be willing to offer an extension through the end of this year. That way it gives them through the rest of the year, and we can execute a new lease going forward and have all that buttoned up.
They would
So,
operate on a month-to-month,
Yeah.
basically, as
Yeah.
of now, since it's not new for new.
right, so I would just need a motion and vote to approve to extend the existing Little League lease to the end of this calendar year, December 31st, 2023.
I will make the motion to extend that.
I have a motion by Glenn Dozier,
I'll second.
second by Thompson. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. And then I have no other business, I guess. Do you have any other things for us? You good? All right, so entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
And a motion by Thompson,
I will second.
second by Glenn Dozier. All in favor of adjourn, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all so much.
There we go.
You too.